It is a cold start to the week. We may even see another chance for some snow.
That's right. Some of us saw flurries this morning. So, Jeff, what is in store as people head back to work and school tomorrow?
Well, you're not going to have to worry about anything in the morning in terms of precipitation coming down. Day after you will. We'll talk more about that in a second. But we don't have any precipitation, but we do have some low clouds and some fog out there. We had talked about that earlier. I remember the humidity was at 80-some%. Well, now it's up to 96%. Visibilities are lowering. And once we get that temperature to drop another degree and match the dew point, then we'll have some very thick fog. So tonight, 29 for the areas that are a little bit inland, the low 30s at the coast. We've probably pretty much reached our low for the night. A lot of clouds, patchy, dense fog, as I mentioned. So leave a little extra time in case that's a problem during the morning. But what's going to happen after that is we are going to notice this moisture coming in, and out here to the west, that is snow, and it is very likely that we will be seeing some snow here locally Wednesday. Hopefully not for rush hour, but just after that and right maybe through the evening rush hour. Talk more. It looks like a small amount for most of the area, a little more in Central Virginia. We'll discuss the exact amounts, the timing, and everything else coming up.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Some students in North Carolina will have the day off tomorrow. The superintendent of schools says the main water line for Currituck County Middle School is broken. School is closed for tomorrow for repairs. Teachers will report for an optional workday on a 3-hour delay schedule.
We have a lot more information to share with you about two shootings on local interstates. State police say there were two separate and unrelated interstate shootings. The first happened around 8 o'clock last night. State police say a 40-year-old man was shot on I-664 near Chestnut Avenue in Newport News. Then, around 2:30 this morning, Virginia Beach police began investigating after a 21-year-old woman was shot on 264 near Newtown Road. The victims in both incidents are expected to survive, and both told police there was no argument before the shooting, nor did they think this was road rage. So two shootings, two mysteries tonight. Anyone with information on either case is being asked to call the state police.
Today is a day Americans celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Locally, activists have drawn inspiration from Dr. King's message. Chanuhar shares how Dr. King has impacted him.
Well, guys, Rocky Hines is a name that has been linked to many different local demonstrations and organizations around this area the last few years. He's someone who has popped up to march and advocate for social and racial equality. Today, he talked about how Dr. King has influenced his work. On this day, celebrating one of the most iconic Americans, Martin Luther King Jr.
We as a people will get to the promised land.
Rocky Hines reflects.
Martin Luther King was the greatest.
He's a face at 27 years old that has popped up around Hampton Roads, an activist spreading his message.
Just so happens to be that I'm a young black male, so I obviously gravitate towards the young black men a little bit more. But it's not just about me. It's not just about the black male. It's about everyone being equal, regardless of your skin color.
Since graduating from Norfolk State, Rocky has turned to activism to bring awareness to racial and social equality, from leading peace marches in Portsmouth to local organizations.
Really, like watching my father, who grew up in the Martin Luther King era, you know what I mean? And watching him say things a certain way and the way he carries himself in public. And I just kind of clung towards that. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm just trying to take on the leadership role for my generation.
A young leader who has drawn inspiration from the ones before him, like Dr. King.
He stayed true to himself. I think that was the most important thing about Dr. King.
And staying committed to his message.
I know all the consequences that I face, man, every single time. But I just believe like someone's got to do it, and I don't mind being that person.
In Norfolk, Chanuhar, 13 News Now.
On this day for Dr. King, the city of Hampton also renamed a bridge in honor of the beloved civil rights hero. The Mercury Avenue Bridge to Fort Monroe is now called the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Bridge. The bridge also honors 3 slaves from Hampton: Frank Baker, Shepard Mallory, and James Townsend. They escaped from Confederate forces and sought refuge at Fort Monroe.
In the time that we're in right now, to be able to have this bridge named after 4 heroes means a lot.
In Newport news, the mayor and the sheriff gave their time to an MLK Day service food drive. Mayor McKinley Price and Sheriff Gabe Morgan spent hours helping to unload donations for the Peninsula Food Bank. According to the sheriff's Facebook page, donations came in by the carful. That adds up to more than 2,000 pounds of food. Crosswalk Church donated 365 pounds alone.
Tonight, Governor Ralph Northam addressed the General Assembly, laying out a progressive agenda. Northam pushed the General Assembly to expand Medicaid, commit to jobs training, and raising teacher pay. The governor also made it clear to lawmakers he was willing to fight hard for gun control legislation.
As long as Virginians' lives are at risk because there are too many guns in the hands of people who would use them to harm others, we will fight on this ground.
Delegate Emily Brewer from Suffolk and State Senator Glenn Sturtevant delivered the Republican response, saying they look forward to working together to strengthen Virginia's economy, focus on veterans programs, and fix the broken health care system for all Virginians.
It is Restaurant Week in downtown Norfolk, and the timing could not be better. After winter weather shut down Hampton Roads for nearly a week, business could use a boost in customers. Robert Boyd has the story.
Well, the food will be sizzling in kitchens across downtown Norfolk this week. More than 20 eateries are participating in Restaurant Week. They say after all the snow we got earlier this month, it's a great time to bounce back. Austin Horn is the head chef of Stripers, located at Waterside. This is their first Restaurant Week. They are really hoping to show off some of their more popular dishes.
Only for us being new, still brand new, you know what I mean? It's a great way to get our name out there.
They say it's tough enough opening a new restaurant, especially when you throw in a snowstorm. That's why this week is so important.
Definitely bounce back, kind of make up the revenue that we lost from last week because of the weather.
Over at Todd Jurek's Bistro, Todd is celebrating his 25th year in downtown Norfolk. He says a big part of Restaurant Week is looking out for one another.
We're all rooting for each other. We send people to other restaurants. We know people like to go out and try different venues.
We ran into a grandmother-granddaughter duo, both named Berlene, who have made Restaurant Week an annual tradition.
It's especially a lot of fun tonight because we've been cooped up with the snow and everything. So we were so glad to get out.
We just like coming out to try new places, new things to eat, and Restaurant Week gives you an opportunity to pick a ton of different things off a menu.
And one of the highlights about most menus during this week, the price. The Barrel Room says no better way to get people to go out to eat in January than a good deal.
At lunchtime, they're getting filet mignon for $12, so compared to $30 normally. Our dinner 4-course menu is $35 compared to about $90 normally.
And of course, don't forget dessert. For a complete list of all the restaurants participating in Restaurant Week, go to our website, 13newsnow.com. In Norfolk, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.